Next is a class from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Volume 8, Chapter 20, Text 137 and 138, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded in November of 1966 in New York.
Nasankang dharma buddhava na sadhyaya tapastyaga yatha bhakti mamojita. So Lord Chaitanya explained to the poverty-stricken man that simile, the astrologer is foretelling about the poverty-stricken man that you are a very rich man's son, your father has got so much wealth, but you do not know, therefore you are suffering. To be poor man in this world, material world, is a curse for ordinary general people. Those who are spiritually enriched, they have nothing to do with this poverty or richness of this material world. But those who are under the concept of material life, poverty is a curse for them. So, living entity, they are not meant for being poverty-stricken, because they are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Proprietor. Therefore, he has, by his birthright, to enjoy the God's property. That is the law. But under the spell of illusion, we have forgotten our relationship with the Supreme Father. Therefore we are suffering. This is the diagnosis. Now we have to find out how to go home, back to home, back to Godhead. That should be the mission of human life. Never mind under what circumstances and why we are in contact with this material world, but we should come to this point by the instruction of the astrologer, like Vedic literature. Just like the astrologer is giving hint to the poor man, similarly the Vedic literature is also giving us hint, astrological instruction, that we can become the richest by reviving our lost relationship with our Father. So, that process of reviving, there are different paths, different rituals. So, Lord Chaitanya says that no other method, not Chaitanya, but the Vedic literature says. So, he is quoting one evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam, na sadhayati manga yoga. The Lord says that the yoga process cannot achieve success in reaching me. Na sankhyaṃ. Sankhyaṃ means philosophical speculation. That also cannot reach me. Na dharma. Dharma means religious principles. Uddhava, oh my dear Uddhava, this is an instruction, just like Lord Krishna gave instruction to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, he gave instruction to one of his cousin brother whose name was Uddhava, and that is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So in course of that instruction, he says, my dear Uddhava, yoga cannot achieve me, neither Shankha. Shankha means, yoga means, real yoga means connect, plus Real yoga means plus, addition. Just like in mathematics we have got addition and subtraction. So at the present moment we are in subtraction. God minus myself. I have no sense of God. Therefore, I am in minus condition. The yoga means God plus I. That is the real meaning of yoga. So long I was God minus, now God plus. But you must always remember, in the spiritual, absolute sense, God plus me is also God. And God minus me is also God. When I am minus, that does not mean God has lost some of his capacity. No, he is full. And when I am plus, it does not mean that God has increased in some capacity. No. A very good example is given. Apujjamana achala pratishtha. Just like the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, during summer season, rainy season, millions of tons water is evaporated by the sun to create cloud. But if you see the Atlantic Ocean, it is the same. Similarly, after rainy season, millions of tons of water are poured into the ocean by overflow of rivers, but still you see the ocean is the same. In the material world, if you can find out such thing, that an ordinary ocean, I say ordinary because there are millions of oceans floating in the air. Therefore we should not be very much astonished to see the Atlantic Ocean. Within this space, even within this material space, you have got millions and trillions of oceans like Atlantic, just like a drop of water or less than that, an atomic portion of water, they are floating in the air. So, that is the potency of God. So, yoga means God plus myself, plus myself. The system is those who are too much engrossed with this bodily conception of life, for them yoga system is very good, because it is a practice to withdraw the senses from their engagement in the external world to the inside. Pratyaha and dhyan, yam yam asan pranayam dhyan dharana pratyahar samadhi. There are 8 different stages of yoga practice. The first practice is yam. Yam yam. Under regulative principle, one has to try, endeavor to control the senses. About eating, about sleeping, about working, these are called yam yam. Then there are different kinds of sitting posture. They are called asana. So yam yam means the first principle of yoga is to abstain from sex life. That is real yoga. Those who are indulging in sex life, intoxication, and so many nonsense things, they have no chance for any success in yoga. This is called yam yam. And then after controlling, after sitting, then one has to sit nicely in a secluded place, in a sanctified place, and sit straight with your neck, head and the body in one straight line. Then you have to see the tip of your nose without closing your eyes and not opening your eyes. If you open your eyes, then all these material manifestation will disturb you, and if you close your eyes, then you snap I have seen so many yogis doing that, sleeping. Yes. So these are the process. Then concentration of the mind. Then what is the purpose of concentrating the mind? Just to find out myself where I am within this body. And then find out where is Lord. This is the perfection of yoga. Simply that I am doing all nonsense all day and night and I am attending yoga class, paying $5 to the class, and I am thinking, oh, I am a great yogi. This is all nonsense. Yoga is not so easy thing, you see. So simply this is simply exploiting the so-called societies. I tell frankly, the society of the cheater and the cheated. This is not the process of yoga. So yoga process is very difficult for the present moment. Yoga, because it is stated in the Vedic literature, that is an approved method. That's all right. But that method is very difficult in the modern age to perform. What to speak of us, even 5,000 years before, when the circumstances were more favorable and people are not so polluted and they were advanced in so many things, still at that time a personality like Arjuna, he refused when Krishna asked him that you become a yogi like this. He said, it is not possible for me. It is not possible for me. So, this is an over endeavor to practice yoga in this age, which was refused by a personality like Arjuna. So yoga is not at all possible. It was possible in the Sattva Yuga, when every man was in the modes of goodness. Every man was highly elevated. The yoga process is meant for the highly elevated personalities, not for ordinary man. So, even that yoga practice is done very nicely and perfectly, that cannot take you to the Supreme Law. That is denied here. What to speak of this pseudo-yoga process? Even if you perform it rightly, even if you do it nicely, perfectly, still you cannot reach God. That is denied here. Na sadhaiti manga yoga, na sankhya. Sankhya means just discriminate what is spirit and what is matter. That is called sankhya. Sammakhyapayate. So, by philosophical speculation, this process is, now, what is that philosophical speculation? What is this material world? They are divided into 24 parts, this material world. What are those? The first thing is that what we see, the 5 material elements, the earth, water, fire, air, ether, these are material elements. These are studied. Then, finer than the ether is the mind, then finer than the mind is the intelligence, and finer than the intelligence, Manabuddhi ahankar. Ahankar means ego. Ego, false conception that I am this matter. These are 8 elements. Then, your senses, 5 working senses and 5 knowledge acquiring senses, just like our eyes, ear, tongue, hand, all these 5 senses, they are acquiring knowledge. And 5 senses, just like hands, legs, and evacuating whole genital, these are 5 senses by which we are enjoying or suffering. And the 5 objects of senses. What is that? Form, rubra, taste, smell, Roop, Ras, Gandha, Shabda, sound, Sparsha, touch. So these 5. So 5 plus 11 and mind. 5 plus 11 equal to 16, and these 8 elements, 24. The whole material world is analyzed into 24 parts. That analytical study is called Sankhya. Sammakhyapayati iti Sankhya. Complete, full analysis of these, whatever we have experienced. And above that, that spirit soul. Above that. Because these 24 elements, they are combination. Whatever we are thinking, whatever we are seeing in this material world, they are combination of these 24 elements. And above that, there is the soul. And above that, there is God. So, Shankhites, those are simply analyzing this material world, they cannot find out what is soul. Sankhya means the material scientist, you may call. Just like material scientists, they are simply studying this material object. They have no information about that. They have no information. Now, I am talking with you. So, they cannot explain what is that thing which is talking. They cannot analyze this body. Medical doctor, after dissecting this body, they cannot find out what is the spiritual force, what is working, that they cannot. So, because they cannot find out even the particles of the Supreme Lord. We, living entities, we are all particles of the Supreme Lord. So if they cannot find out the particle, what? There is chance to find out God. So they cannot also find out God. So, neither this yogi, they cannot find out the Supreme Lord. Neither these materialists who are simply analyzing these material elements, they cannot. No Sankhya, Dharma. Dharma means righteous. Everyone has got some faith, and faith means just like Hindus are going to the church, in the temple, the Christians are going to the church, or Muslims, they are going to the mosque, with the idea that here is God. That is, of course, beginning, it is nice. But because they are trapped in simply the rituals, they have no other further knowledge, so that also cannot help to reach, because they are trapped. Every religious faith, because of course that conviction must be there, but they do not try to make any further advance. They think that here it is ended. Everything is ended here. Therefore they cannot make any progress. Please sit down, don't. So they cannot also. Then Sadhaya. Sadhaya means study of this Vedic literature. Without any guidance, if you just like so many ladies and gentlemen, they purchase books from the market. They have heard that Bhagavad Gita is very nice book. So Sadhaya means studying the scriptures, studying the Vedic literature, that is called Sadhaya. Sadhaya and Tapa. Tapa means penance. Somebody is fasting, somebody is in the solitary place, in the jungle, they are meditating. So many, there are process of penances and austerities and tyaga and renunciation. Renunciation, just like sannyasi, renounced order of life. So Lord says, all these processes, the yoga process, the sankhya process, the ritualistic process, or studying the Vedas, or undergoing severe type of penance and austerities, all these processes combined together or individually, they are not suitable for achieving me. They are not. So practically, every process is condemned here by the Supreme Lord. Condemned in this sense that they can approach to a certain degree, certain extent towards the final goal. But that process will never be able to achieve to the final goal unless this devotional process is added there. Plus this must be the devotional, this Krishna consciousness. Because ultimate aid is Krishna, the Supreme Lord, as we have several times discussed this verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mang prapaddate. After many, many births, those who are actually intellectual, they come to me and surrender to God, that here is Vasudeva Sarvamiti, God is everything, then he surrenders. So one has to come. Maybe you go by the yoga process, maybe you go by the philosophical process, maybe you go by the ritualistic process, maybe that you go by penances and by study. But unless you reach to this point of Krishna consciousness, you are attained, not failure, but there are different degrees. The people are satisfied with that different degrees only. They hardly try to reach the final goal. But if anyone wants to reach the final goal, then he has to take this process of Krishna consciousness. Bhakti, mamurjita. That process alone can take you to the Supreme Lord. So those who are intelligent, they take this simple process. Now, especially in this age, even you cannot perform any other process. You cannot perform perfectly yoga. You cannot perform the religious rituals. Neither you can study. The circumstances are so unfavorable that these processes are not possible in this age. Therefore Lord Chaitanya, by his causeless mercy, he has given us this process. Harannama, Harannama, Harannama iva kevalam, kalau nasti va nasti va nasti va gatirannatha. In this age of Kali, Harannama, simply by chanting the holy name. Harannama, simply by chanting the holy name. Harannama, again try. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna. Harannama, Harannama, Harannama iva kevalam. You should always do this. Karo, in this age, nastiva, there is no other alternative. Nastiva, there is no other alternative. Nastiva, there is no other alternative. 3 times again. Nastiva, 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 gatirannatha. There is no other problem.